There's a practice in Japan that every time something valuable breaks, like a vase, they put it back together using gold instead of glue. And so the more it breaks, the more valuable it becomes. You have the ability to experience more than one emotion at the same time. A lot of times people have this belief or idea that you can only feel one thing at a time. So if you're happy, you're happy. If you're depressed, you're depressed. If you're anxious, you're anxious. There's really only room for feeling one certain way at a time. And that's not actually the case, thank goodness. We have the ability to feel multiple things at the same time. Sometimes it takes extra focus though. If you're happy, then great. You don't need to look for ways to balance that out with some depression or anxiety. No. But if you're struggling, if you're hurt, if you're mourning, if you're depressed, if you're anxious, then you do have to do the work to reach for the other moods, because you can do all of them. Okay. You just need to do the work to do that. So what I mean by that is, for example, I absolutely have a part of me that is completely devastated. 100%. Like, there's no changing that. There is a piece of my heart that's ripped open and bleeding. Definitely. And I still have the rest of my heart, which has gratitude for everything I still have. I have true love in my life. I have a beautiful, amazing son who's about to turn 15. I have purpose. I save lives every single day. I help people get off dialysis, get off the lung transplant list, get jobs, get healthy relationships, get purpose, get happiness. And my purpose is so strong. I have purpose in helping you right now. And what I have makes me happy. So I am both happy because of my focus on my gratitude for everything I have, while also having a part of me that is very sad and in mourning. I have both. And that's why I can look at you and smile with a sincere smile, because I am happy while also being sad. And the way I've come to describe it, I have an analogy for everything, is that sometimes pain, life, there's pain in life sometimes. And sometimes pain can be like if you're out in the ocean and it's grabbing your foot trying to pull you under the water, right? That's what pain does, whether it's physical pain or emotional pain. Sometimes it grabs you by the foot and it tries to pull you under, right? And what many people only know how to do is keep swimming. They're just like, I'm fine. I just got to get through it. And they just keep swimming, right? They're swimming and they're trying, and they just get up every day and they work and they take care of their families and they do stuff. But they feel like they're about to drown at every moment, because all they can feel is the pull of the pain pulling you down. That's pulling you into the abyss of depression, okay? Gratitude is like an inflatable lifeboat that you can hold on to so that you can stay afloat and not have to fight for every minute of it. My gratitude is what keeps me above water. It kept me feeling lucky when I was on chemotherapy and taking 7 pills a day and feeling like garbage every day from 16 to 28. The gratitude for what I still had made me feel lucky in spite of my illness. My illness was a piece of my life. It was a piece of pain that pulled at me. My disease, right, was a part of me that pulled on me and made it hard. Sometimes it made it hard to just move and do normal things that other people could easily do. But the gratitude I felt for everything I had, and sometimes I had to focus really hard to think of it all, for the family I had, that I had a good brain, that I could make, that I loved to laugh, my favorite show, my favorite friends, anything to do with Star Trek, right? Whatever it was, like I would just obsessively think about everything that made me feel happy to be me. And that suddenly made it so I wasn't just struggling to be good. I was good. I could hold on to that and feel good and rest and enjoy my life. And it's what I'm doing now. I have a part of me that hurts. And yeah, sometimes that comes up like a wave over the boat and I'm going to cry and feel it. And I'm holding on to so much. I have so much that I'm intensely grateful for. And when I hold that, I can feel joy, real joy. I can laugh, I can sing. I learned from my grandmother to dance when you hear music, and I do. And so all of those things make it so I can be happy to be me and happy to live this life, even though now I have this terrible pain that also exists as well. So if this is something that you've never thought of before, if you tend to be pulled down by depression, if you tend to focus on your hurt, if you focus on your pain, if you focus on loss, it makes you want to just let go and stop swimming, doesn't it? Just sink, let it all go. But if you realize that that's just one piece of life, that sometimes it does tug on you, but that there's so much more to hold on to, then you can keep going. And sometimes you do have to swim. Sometimes it's hard to reach for that hope, you know? The first couple of weeks, I was swimming. I was swimming and crying. That was just life for a while, right? But now I was able to reach it again pretty quickly. You know, I went to see a grief counselor because I'm like, hey, I think I'm doing well, but I want to see a professional. She started asking me why I was doing so well. She's like, tell me about trauma resilience. How are you doing this well? And so I told her what I was doing, and she's like, that's awesome. You don't need me. But if I do, I will. But the point is, the more you build up that gratitude list in your head obsessively every day, the easier it gets, the more you're able to float. And the other thing you need to do is do things that make you feel good. Reach for the endorphins, the neurochemistry that makes you feel better. I made sure that even when I felt my worst, I did something every day. We got out and walked. I spent time with my family. We went away together as a family in our grief to try to see Christmas lights on and be around people who were singing and be around happiness and remember all we have and allow ourselves to be grateful. And it's why we're able to move to the place we are now where, I mean, I'm still counting the days, 7 weeks yesterday, but where we could be in a dramatically better place less than 2 months later. The pain is still there. It will be. I don't expect it to go anywhere, right? But there is also joy and gratitude and purpose and passion and love. And that's how we stay whole. There is a teaching I do in my rapid recovery group. Those of you who are in the group now, it's coming. But the short version of it is there's a practice in Japan that every time something valuable breaks, like a vase, they put it back together using gold instead of glue. And so the more it breaks, the more valuable it becomes. And so the more we have been through in our lives, the more pain we have not just endured, but recovered from to become whole again, the more valuable we are to society. And the more we realize the value to the life we still have.